Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 49 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film, answering many of the burning questions that a lot of fans have, not just about The Rise of Skywalker, but about what was not answered in The Last Jedi that was pretty much established in The Force Awakens. And a lot of fans have been trying to figure out exactly how in the world is Palpatine alive in The Rise of Skywalker ever since the reshoots of this movie, shifting from the fact that Palpatine died and became a spirit, to redoing the movie to the point where he is now back in the flesh and never died during the events of Return of the Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of a sequence where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to be in a standoff against Palpatine, where Sidious is said to be giving both Rey and Kylo Ren a lecture about the dark side of the Force. It's described that during one of the sequences is said to involve Palpatine revealing a major revelation within the third act of the film that will change how fans view the original trilogy. It's explained that Palpatine begins to unveil to both Rey and Ren when questioning him of exactly how he survived. He states that he just survived the fall by the hands of Darth Vader, through a power that he would only use as a failsafe for an escape route to the world of Exegol. It's explained that Palpatine unveils to Rey and Kylo Ren that he learned about the power of the Beyond during the events of Return of the Jedi and during the Battle of Endor, and kept his knowledge of this power a secret from anybody else, in case if he needed to use it and use such a power against another foe. Palpatine explains that he escaped by tearing the fabric through space and time, and was able to create a pathway, or a wormhole if you will, to the world of Exegol as he fell down the shaft of the second Death Star. Palpatine unveils that for many years he was confused as to why Vader had turned against him, and realized that the familial bond must have had something to do with it, where it's explained that this is why Palpatine believes Rey will turn to the dark side, because of that familial bond, and connects to previous leaks of Rey being the granddaughter of Sidious. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 here is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a very complex movie when it comes to all the different changes that are being made to the originals and the prequels. A lot of fans are either going to agree with this movie or disagree with it, right? And I believe that by far, one of the big decisions that Disney and Lucasfilm made that was a big risk was, of course, Palpatine's survival on board of the second Death Star. And a lot of fans are taking this as Anakin's sacrifice being completely excluded from the Return of the Jedi, which I can perfectly understand. I really do. I'm really, on everybody's side where, they believe that this could either go a very bad way by Disney and Lucasfilm because of the fact that Palpatine was able to survive and Darth Vader sacrifice himself essentially for no reason at all. I can see the fans' points of view on that, but at the same exact time, if you look at it the other way, Darth Vader / Anakin was able to provide peace throughout the entire galaxy for 30-some years, only for Palpatine to make another return at the very end of The Rise of Skywalker. So, the thing here is this: the ability to create wormholes and or portals, if you will, by tearing the fabric through space and time, by using the power of the Beyond, really does bring us back to Star Wars Rebels, right? If you look at Rebels, specifically in the Worlds Between Worlds episode, and if you look at the portal that Palpatine creates, you can really see the similarity in the energy that's being pretty much, protruded from that portal, and comparing it to the energy that we do in fact see at the very end of Return of the Jedi, where Palpatine's supposed death happens, there are a lot of similarities, and they never really explained, what that energy really was. We were led to assume that it was just a simple explosion of Palpatine hitting the reactor of the second Death Star. But they're retconning that into the point where that energy is going to be the portal that Palpatine actually activates as an escape route to get out of there and to go back to the world of Exegol. That is actually the exact location of Palpatine's backup throne room. And of course, where a lot of his backup Star Destroyers are actually placed on that world, where he actually hides out for 30 plus years to rebuild his new empire. And that to me is a big deal. You know, the fact that Palpatine knew about this power for quite some time and kept it a secret, and knew that Darth Vader was pretty much, you know, trying to kill him before he threw him down the second Death Star. As he was falling, that's where he initiated the power, but he only made it by a split second. He just survived the fall. That's what Palpatine explains in the film, is that he just survived the fall before using that power. Had he used it later, he probably, yes, would have been dead from the impact. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.